The face, like I said, is planted in a dome, and the sun is inside the rakia, the expanse in the sky. The sun is not 93 million miles away, people. The sun is not 93 million miles away. The sun is right here. That's why when you stand in midday and stand under the sun, it will burn your scalp. Because why? The sun is placed in the Shemayim, in the skies here. It's not in outer space. They've lied to you on so many things. And that's a whole nother teaching in itself. But I want you to understand that the sun and the moon move together. The sun and the moon move together, counting time. And the moon brings forth all the years exactly as Hunuk or Enoch 72 actually breaks in. The moon brings on all the years exactly. So in Shemut or Exodus 13:4, it says that this is the month of Abib. And then in Shemut or Exodus 12, he says this is the beginning of months for you. It happens in the spring when things are clean and beautiful. That's when the time happens. Only Yah has the authority to place the date at the beginning of the new year. He's only one that does that. We call it Rosh Hashanah. Why? Because that means head. Rosh means head. Hashanah means of years, or the fullness of the year. So Rosh Hashanah literally happens in the spring, but Jews teach that it's in the 7th month as a spiritual new year. That is false. There's only one head of the year. There's only one starting place of that beginning of months. You can't have two beginning of months. You only have one beginning of months. That begins your year off. This is what YaHUaH says. His sacred calendar year begins in spring, not in the middle of a dead winter. One man asked me, he said, I don't understand how the beginning of a year can start in the face-sucking dead of winter. And I just laughed when he said it. Because people don't understand. They see it. They have a feeling like, man, something's wrong, but they have to be led. That's what sheep have to be led. That's why we need a shepherd. YaHUsHa is our good shepherd. He is leading us. We were blind sheep at one time. He is now leading us to all truth. His rule. He is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. The spirit of YaHUaH, the Ruach HaKodesh, leads us to all truth. So people have a feeling like something ain't right. Even sheep be like, bad, something ain't right, bad. they bad, you know what I'm saying? They bad, danger, they bad when something's weird, but they have to be led out of that danger. And that's what YaHUaH has come to do. He's come to lead us, man. Barak YaHUaH. Because I was a New Year's guy. I was a Scorpio guy during my birth period. I was that guy that was blind as well. But it takes the spirit of YaHUaH to bring us to this truth. This is Shemot, or Exodus 12:1-2. And YaHUaH spoke unto Moshe and Aharon in the land of Mitzrayim, or Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. The first month of the year to you. Because in that same month, on the 14th day, is Pesach, or Passover. This is when he did that work. This is why we remember his new year, or his time. Not in the beginning of their pagan time, but in the time of spring. Abib means to spring forth. That's when we do it. The first month of YaHUaH's sacred calendar is called in scriptures Abib. It means the month of green years. Later, the fake Jews, the Babylonian Talmud Torah keeping Jews, the wicked Jews that lie to us, said and called it Nisan after the Babylonian demon. You understand? It was the demon who brought forth corn unto them. Get this in your head. Are all Jews wicked? No. Are all Jews looking to plot and to kill and destroy us? No. But I'm talking about the ones who grabbed the Masoretic text and destroyed it with their words and stuff. When I call people evil, I'm calling not the whole people. I'm calling those who strategized to get us. Even in YaHUsHa, we had wicked men. Even in YaHUsHa, we had people who went against Moshe. Korah and Datan were two that went against Moshe. Do you understand? So when I call somebody wicked, I'm not talking about the whole race or nationality of that person. I'm talking about the ones who purposely put their hands to doing this wicked deed. All Jews aren't wicked, but those Jews who were wicked did this. Let's get understanding. It was the month of Abib that YaHUaH came out of Egyptian or Mitzrayim captivity. And that's what you see under the captivity. They came out of the captivity under the leadership of Moshe. That's Shemut or Exodus 34:18. The Abrit month Abib overlaps the months of March through April. That's when we celebrate Abib. You get what I'm saying? So we may have it at whenever the equinox hits, or whenever that time hits. It's March 20th at sundown most of the time. And a majority of the time it's March 20th at sundown, because on their Gregorian calendar it's March 20th at sundown. Do you understand? But in YaHUaH's timepiece, it's just running the course. You get what I'm saying? So let's keep going. That's on that pagan calendar. That's how we record, and that's how we're able to display it to people who need to take off for their jobs during these festivals, who need to put time in, who need to find the spot in order they can mark it. This is how we relate it to them. YaHUaH placed the beginning of the sacred year in early spring to mark the beginning of seasonal harvest. The 2 annual harvests during that time foreshadowed Yah's plan for a twofold spiritual harvest to the souls that were going to be born into his kingdom. Even the Christian Bible speaks of a great false religious system that will think to change times and laws. That's Daniel 7:25. That's in your book too. That's in our scriptures, but you have taken our scriptures and put them in your book. So in your book, it even talks to them. This system has deliberately thought to change the beginning of Yah's calendar year as an attempt to hide YaHUaH's plan for the deliverance of mankind. But man has no authority to change Yah's master clock. Hashatan, however, has cleverly deceived the world into believing that New Year's begins in January.